so many felt in that national moment of racial reckoning, my words carried far and wide for a short period of time. Their significance was not about St. John's Church or about me, but what thousands needed to hear in a decisive moment for our nation. Introduction. Once to every man and nation comes the moment to decide. James Russell Lowell, 1845. We all want to be brave when it counts, to be the one who steps up, leans in, and does the right thing when it matters most. We want to bring our best selves when we're called upon, to speak with clarity and conviction in a pivotal situation. This audiobook is about those decisive moments when we are called to act with courage, and much to our own amazement, we do. Although the more dramatic moments seem to catch us by surprise, looking through the wider lens of our lives, we can see that the acts of bravery that astonish even us are not isolated events. In this audiobook, I examine life through that wider lens, in hope that you, the listener, will realize that you have all the raw material you need to live with courage and purpose in your decisive moments, and all the moments that precede and follow them. Decisive moments are marking events. They stand out in our memory and are what others often remember about us. We feel a rush of adrenaline, making us acutely aware of what's happening. We feel alive, so much so that the rest of our lives can feel dull and uninspired by comparison. Yet, decisive moments are almost always preceded by seasons of preparation, and they are followed by an equally important season of alignment, in which we learn to live according to what the decisive moments revealed, clarified, or set in motion. How we prepare for decisive moments determines our ability to step up to them when they come, and how we live in light of our decisive moments is, in the end, what determines their significance. There have been many decisive moments in my life, but few as public as what happened on June 1st, 2020. To be honest, I didn't have time to think. Urged on by horrified church colleagues who were watching the president walk to St. John's Church on live television and lighting up my phone with texts, I managed to find my voice and speak. The president's actions touched a societal nerve, as did my speaking out against them. It seemed to others that I was being very brave. In truth, it felt more like being summoned to take my place alongside others who were being brave. Something had to be said, not just about that presidential moment, but the moment we were in as a nation, mourning the murder of George Floyd, watching crowds pour into the streets in cities across the nation, and facing yet again the need for racial reckoning. Because of my position, I had an opportunity to speak and be heard. The capacity to respond in such a moment doesn't drop from the sky, nor is its significance measured by a week's worth of media coverage. Moments like these are preceded by seasons of preparation, practice, and intention, of making countless daily decisions that determine our capacity to be brave when called upon, or when we're summoned not of our own choosing. Its ultimate significance is determined by how we live after the moment passes. The more personally decisive moment for me in that dramatic week took place a few days after President Trump's infamous photo op. I was back on what is now called Black Lives Matter Plaza in front of St. John's Church, listening to the words of the Reverend Dr. William J. Barber II. Bishop Barber is co-chair of the Poor People's Campaign, a broad-based effort to mobilize low-income people of all races and their allies to create a more just society. Bishop Barber looked out on the wonderfully multiracial, intergenerational